I want to continue our discussion about Atomic Habits, James Clear's book, and his formula: cue, craving, response, and reward. In a previous video, I talked about cue, C-U-E, cue. Another word you could use for that is trigger. And the idea is you probably already have some cues or triggers that are where your bad habits are coming from, and we want to create new cues or triggers to create some better habits. So I talked about that a little bit in the next one. I want to go on to the next part of the formula, which is craving. And the reason that we have such a hard time sometimes creating good habits is because we just don't want to do them. It's not something that we find enjoyable. It's not something that we crave. And so how can we do that? How can we create that craving so that we'll want to do it, so that we do it repeatedly until it becomes a habit? For me, I've mentioned before, I get up early every morning and exercise, and I've been doing that for years. And I guess I sort of enjoy exercising, but it's not the exercising that I enjoy as much as how I feel afterwards. And I notice a difference when I don't exercise. In fact, I skipped a day the other day, and that day I was so agitated and uptight, and I just didn't feel good. And a lot of that could also be because of menopause, I realize. But I do notice that I feel better when I exercise. And so I do actually crave exercise because I crave that feeling, those endorphins, the good feelings, the feel-good feelings that we have when we exercise. And so that has become, I've been able to make that a habit because I do crave it. So here are 4 things to kind of help with the craving. Going back to the cue, you want to make it obvious. I gave an example of having, fruits and vegetables where they were easy to see, easy accessible. And so if it's obvious, or if you got your work clothes or your workout clothes laid out, you're going to see them. There's your cue, there's your trigger. It's obvious. It's something that you're like, oh yeah, I see this, I'm going to do this. Oh, my shoes are, my running shoes are by the front door, I'm going to slip them on and go for a run. Whatever it may be, make it obvious. And that has a lot to do with your environment and how you create an environment that makes it easy, which actually is one of the next things, making it easy to remember that these are the things that you want to do, to make it easy for you to do it. So make it obvious, make it easy, and both of those, like I said, your environment comes into play a lot. So having, healthy food on hand, have lots of food. I have found the less food in the house, the worse you're going to eat. And I know that, maybe that sounds counterintuitive, but if you need to have lots of good choices. This is one of the reasons that I meal prep, because I love to eat and I want to eat food that I enjoy, but I also feel good about. So I don't want to eat yucky food. I hear people all the time saying, oh, we're eating healthy and so we're suffering because it's so gross. I'm like, why are you wasting your time eating gross food? There's lots of healthy food out there that isn't gross. So find what you like. And so that's why I meal prep, because I want to be able to just grab something really quick that satisfies me, but also makes me feel good. And so that's also part of setting up your environment, setting yourself up for success. And when you put in the effort early, you make it effortless or easy later on. So that's why I think meal prepping is such a great thing. And it doesn't have to be a huge thing. Maybe take an hour on a Saturday. You can do a little bit during the week. Whenever you can find those little pockets of time, do things that will make your life easier in those moments. You're like, oh, I'm so hungry. What can I eat? Oh yeah, I made those brownies that are actually good for me, that use good ingredients, and I can satisfy my sweet tooth. So make it obvious, make it easy, make it attractive. One thing that can help with this is if you join a community or a culture that is promoting the kind of lifestyle that you would like to live. I've done that. I've been a part of different fitness groups, wellness groups, and I've enjoyed that community, and being around those kind of people has made it more fun for me to want to do these things and to have these habits. And so that's one way of making it attractive. You can find other ways to make it attractive for you. And then the last one is make it satisfying. And how many of you like have a to-do list and you just love checking things off, that you will even add things that you've already done onto your to-do list just so you can check it off? Isn't that satisfying? So one way you make it satisfying is you track it. You track your progress. Like, how many glasses of water did I drink today? And you just, it's so satisfying to go, look at me, look how much water I drank, or look how many vegetables I ate, or look how many steps I walked today, whatever it is. So tracking, can be a way of making it satisfying. These are just a few ideas. You can find your own ways, and I would love to hear what ways you can think of. But those 4 things, when you're working on your cues and your cravings, make it obvious, make it easy, make it attractive, make it satisfying, because you want to enjoy these habits too. You want them to make your life feel better and make you feel happier and just feel like the kind of person that you want to be. Anyway, drop comments, questions in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks.